If you're like many Americans, you're probably wondering how much house you can actually afford in 2026. The answer isn't as simple as it seems, and it's not just about your income. In fact, the average American spends around 30% of their income on housing costs, but that number can vary significantly depending on where you live and the type of property you're interested in. But here's the catch: most people don't realize that their affordability is directly tied to their credit score, and a good credit score can save you thousands of dollars in interest payments over the life of the loan. Let's dive in and explore the factors that determine how much house you can afford. To determine how much house you can afford, you need to start by calculating your gross income. This includes not just your salary, but also any investments, retirement accounts, or side hustles you may have. For example, let's say you have a salary of $60,000 per year, plus $10,000 in investments, and $5,000 in freelance work. That gives you a total gross income of $75,000 per year, or around $6,250 per month. But here's the thing: your gross income is just the starting point, and you need to consider your expenses and debt obligations to get a true picture of your affordability. We'll explore that in the next section. Your expenses play a huge role in determining how much house you can afford. This includes things like rent or mortgage payments, car loans, credit card debt, student loans, and any other regular expenses you may have. For example, let's say you have a car loan payment of $300 per month, a credit card balance of $2,000 with a minimum payment of $50 per month, and a student loan payment of $100 per month. That's a total of $450 per month in debt payments, which can significantly impact your ability to afford a mortgage. But what about other expenses, like groceries, utilities, and entertainment? We'll explore how to factor those in and create a comprehensive budget in the next section. The 28 of 36 rule is a commonly used guideline for determining how much house you can afford. It states that your housing costs should not exceed 28% of your gross income, and your total debt payments should not exceed 36% of your gross income. Using our previous example, if you have a gross income of $6,250 per month, your housing costs should not exceed $1,750 per month, and your total debt payments should not exceed $2,250 per month. But what about other expenses, like property taxes and insurance? Those can add up quickly, and can significantly impact your affordability. Let's explore how to factor those in and create a more accurate picture of your affordability. When it comes to mortgages, there are many options to choose from, each with its own pros and cons. For example, a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage may offer stability and predictability, but may also come with a higher interest rate. On the other hand, a 15-year fixed-rate mortgage may offer a lower interest rate, but may also require higher monthly payments. And then there are adjustable-rate mortgages, which can offer lower interest rates, but also come with the risk of increasing payments over time. Let's explore the different types of mortgages and how to choose the right one for your situation. If you're putting down less than 20% on a home, you may be required to pay private mortgage insurance, or PMI. This can add hundreds or even thousands of dollars to your annual mortgage costs, and can significantly impact your affordability. Additionally, you'll need to factor in escrow costs, which include things like property taxes and insurance. For example, if you're buying a $300,000 home, your annual property taxes may be around $3,000 to $5,000, depending on where you live. And then there are insurance costs, which can range from $800 to $2,000 per year, depending on the type of policy and the value of your home. Let's explore how to factor these costs into your budget and create a more accurate picture of your affordability. Owning a home comes with many costs, from mortgage payments and property taxes to maintenance and repairs. For example, if you're buying a $300,000 home, you may need to budget around $1,000 to $2,000 per year for maintenance and repairs, depending on the age and condition of the property. And then there are the costs of furnishing and decorating your home, which can add up quickly. But here's the thing: these costs can be tax-deductible, which can help offset the expense of homeownership. Let's explore the different costs associated with homeownership and how to factor them into your budget. When it comes to deciding whether to rent or buy, there are many factors to consider. For example, renting may offer more flexibility and lower upfront costs, but may also come with the risk of rising rents and limited control over your living space. On the other hand, buying may offer stability and tax benefits, but may also require a significant down payment and ongoing maintenance costs. Let's explore the pros and cons of each option and how to make an informed decision that's right for you. Here's what happens if you overextend yourself and buy a home that's beyond your means. You may end up facing foreclosure, which can have serious consequences for your credit score and financial stability. For example, let's say you buy a $400,000 home with a $1,500 per month mortgage payment, but your income is only $4,000 per month. If you lose your job or face unexpected expenses, you may struggle to make your mortgage payments, which can lead to late fees, damaged credit, and even foreclosure. Let's explore how to avoid this mistake and create a sustainable budget that works for you. Let's take a real-life example of a couple who are considering buying a home. They have a combined income of $80,000 per year, and are looking at homes in the $250,000 to $300,000 range. Using the 28/36 rule, they determined that their housing costs should not exceed $1,867 per month, and their total debt payments should not exceed $2,667 per month. They also factor in property taxes, insurance, and maintenance costs, and determine that they can afford a home in the $270,000 range. But here's the catch: they also need to consider their other expenses, such as groceries, utilities, and entertainment, to make sure they have enough money left over for savings and unexpected expenses. Let's explore how to create a comprehensive budget that takes into account all of your expenses and income. So what can you do to determine how much house you can afford? First, calculate your gross income and expenses, and determine your debt-to-income ratio. Next, research different types of mortgages and determine which one is right for you. Then, factor in property taxes, insurance, and maintenance costs, and create a comprehensive budget that takes into account all of your expenses and income. Finally, consider working with a financial advisor or mortgage broker to get personalized advice and guidance. Let's explore each of these steps in more detail and create a plan that works for you. There are many common myths and misconceptions about buying a home, from the idea that you need a 20% down payment to the notion that real estate always goes up in value. But the truth is, these myths can be costly and misleading, and can lead to poor decision-making and financial stress. For example, let's say you believe that you need a 20% down payment to buy a home, but in reality, you may be able to qualify for a mortgage with as little as 3.5% down. Let's explore the truth behind these myths and how to make informed decisions that are right for you. In conclusion, determining how much house you can afford is a complex process that requires careful consideration of your income, expenses, and debt obligations. By following the steps outlined in this video and creating a comprehensive budget, you can make an informed decision that's right for you. Remember to factor in all of the costs associated with homeownership, from mortgage payments and property taxes to maintenance and repairs. And don't forget to research different types of mortgages and consider working with a financial advisor or mortgage broker to get personalized advice and guidance. Stay tuned for more informative videos on U.S. real estate and home buying, and don't forget to subscribe for the latest updates and tips. The biggest takeaway from this video is that determining how much house you can afford is a personal and complex process that requires careful consideration of your unique financial situation. By taking the time to calculate your income and expenses, research different types of mortgages, and factor in all of the costs associated with homeownership, you can make an informed decision that's right for you. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more informative videos on U.S. real estate and home buying.